My mom keeps insisting my childhood never happened. Is she lying? My earliest memory is red. Red sheets, red flashing lights through the window, red on my mother's hands. When I tell her that, she laughs and says I've always been dramatic. You had a very boring childhood, she insists. No trauma, no drama. You should be grateful. The problem is, I remember things that don't fit boring. I remember waking up in hospitals with cartoon wallpaper and a doctor who always smelled like oranges. I remember hiding in my closet because a man was shouting downstairs and my mother whispering, "Don't tell anyone, or they'll take you away." But when I bring any of this up, Mom just smiles too widely. Honey, you never had a man in the house. It was always just you and me. No one was shouting. You're mixing up movies and dreams. After years of hearing that, you start to believe maybe you are broken. Maybe your mind stitched together scraps of TV shows and fear into something that only feels real. My therapist says memory is tricky. She doesn't say I'm lying, but she keeps using words like reconstructed, influenced, suggestible. I leave sessions more confused than when I walked in. I wanted answers. What I got was doubt. A few weeks ago, I had to list my childhood illnesses for a routine exam. I called my mom for help. She sounded annoyed. You were never sick, she said. Just one healthy baby. No broken bones, no allergies, no surgeries. Easiest kid in the world. But I remember a cast. I remember pins. I remember not being allowed to run for months. How old was I when I broke my arm? I pushed. You never broke anything. Stop fishing for drama, she snapped, then hung up. That night, on impulse, I called my old pediatrician's office. I didn't expect anyone to answer. I mostly wanted to prove to myself I was trying. The receptionist said Dr. Klein had retired, but they still had records. She asked if I wanted a copy of my file. 2 weeks later, a thick envelope arrived. No return address, just my name in shaky handwriting. Inside, on top of a stack of photocopied forms, was a note. I've thought about you for years. I'm sorry it took me this long. Unsigned. The records were clinical. Dates, diagnoses, measurements, concussions, fractures. Suspected abuse. Mother denies. Patient reports, man in the house. Mother insists, single-parent home. Scribbled questions in the margins. My hands shook as I flipped through. At the back, paper clipped together, were a few glossy photographs. Documentation, I guessed, of injuries. A girl with a cast. A girl with deep purple bruises on her arms. The last photo made my stomach drop. 2 children sitting on an exam table, side by side. We looked nearly identical, but one had a small crescent-shaped scar under her eye. Only one of us was missing. On the back, in the same neat handwriting as the charts, was a label. Twin A. Lena, Twin B. Lena, my name. Twice.